After years of debate over U.S. debt, lawmakers may be underestimating the amount that the U.S. owes creditors from its off-balance sheet calculations. The new figure may be in the tens of trillions of dollars.
Our economic recovery has been the worst in terms of unemployment or employment, GDP growth, and all these measures. And so you have to ask yourself, why? What's going on here? Is there a different dynamic? And there is.
A new study from the University of California, San Diego indicates that the U.S. may be $70 trillion in debt. That's 6 times more than what is usually reported. The comparison looks at the U.S.'s off-balance sheet liabilities versus the on-balance sheet reports.
Borrowing, spending, raising taxes, and overregulation are not a prescription for a vibrant economy.
The study examines federal liabilities that aren't included in the government's officially reported numbers, including housing, other loan guarantees, deposit insurance, actions taken by the Federal Reserve, and government trust funds. According to Congressional Budget Office records, the U.S. owes about $17 trillion in debt. About $5 trillion of that the U.S. owes itself. Not surprisingly, Social Security and Medicare represent the bulk of U.S. debt obligations. The two biggest expenses, Medicare cost the nation $27.6 trillion, and Social Security costs $26.5 trillion.
Our spending is out of control. I mean, you look in the last 5 years, our spending has increased at least 40%, 50%. I mean, there's not necessary. You know, our spending is in somewhere around 22, 23% of GDP. For 150 years, it hovered around 18%. That's a major change.
However, the study's $70 trillion debt estimate may be overly optimistic and again understating. A Boston University economics professor who served on President Ronald Reagan's Council of Economic Advisors says the nation's true debt obligations are 3 times that figure. That would put the U.S. debt at about $210 trillion, a far cry from the near $17 trillion amount tossed about around the nation's capital. Colin Campbell, Press TV, Washington.